when we are looking at the equation of a line and you are given m equals 2/3 and you are given a point, the first thing I need to know is what is the most necessary information that I need to write the equation of a line. What do I need? Slope and a point. It doesn't have to be any particular point. I just have to have a point and the slope. Those two things will determine a unique line. Okay, so I asked you to have the slope formula memorized. M equals. What is it? You're saying it. Y minus y over x minus x. Does it matter where your subscripts go? No. The subscripts just tell you that there are two different points. There are two different x's. There are two different y values. Okay? So that doesn't matter. If I take this fraction and move it to the other side, then I have an equation of a line, do I not? This form is called point slope. It's the point slope equation of a line. If you're given a point and a slope, there's your equation, plug it in, and you're good. Now, a lot of students don't like doing this, but they take and plug this information into the slope formula. It literally is the same thing. The slope is 2/3. So in place of m, I'm going to put the 2/3. This point is made up of an x and a y. Y minus the y over x minus the x. How do you solve a proportion?
You cross multiply.
Cross multiply, yeah. So 2 times x minus 1, 3 times y minus 2. Have I lost anybody yet? I will tell you that most of the stuff that I'm going to have you do is in standard form. Okay? Standard form of a line. I'm going to distribute those. You're going to have an ax plus a by equals the c. Standard form means that you are going to have both the x and the y on the same side and the constant on the other side. If it tells you to put it in slope intercept form, or say you're going to take the ACT and all of your answers are in slope intercept form, the fastest way is to put it in, if you're given 2 points, is to put it into your equation and find that using the regression equation for the ACT. Because on the ACT, most of them are probably going to be in slope intercept form or solve for y. If they're in standard form, the easiest way is to plug, even if you've got your 2 points, plug it in, find your slope, and then put it in slope intercept form. Your x and your y being on the same side, and there is no negative or fraction with the x. The number in front of the x has to be a positive whole number. And that's standard form, and you're done. Any problems, questions? Find the equation of the line through those 2 points. Find the equation of the line through those 2 points. How do you put points in your calculator? No, that's where you put the equation, is y is equal to. Where do we put 2 points? Find the equation of a line between 2 points. How do you find the regression equation, the line of best fit? Okay, so on the calculator, Stat is 2 buttons to the right of the green. And you're going to edit. And I have stuff in mind, so I'm going to clear, enter, move over, arrow up, clear, enter, never delete, or it's going to delete your lists. I'm going to put my X's in list 1. It does not matter in what order you put them as long as you put the Y with the correct X. Is everyone to hear? 2 points. Determine a unique line.
Whoa.
How do you clear? Because I finished.
When you clear, arrow up to the list and put the black box over whatever list you want to clear, and then push clear, enter. And it will delete or clear everything out. It will delete it. Okay, so stat, arrow over to calc, and I want linear regression, which is the 4, ax plus b. That looks like y equals mx plus b. I have my x's in list 1, my y's in list 2, and I want to calculate. Now, obviously, on the ACT, they're not going to give you y equals a negative 0.6 and 3.8. So how do I change a negative 0.6? Y equals a negative 0.6x plus 3.8. There is no textbook that's going to give you that for the answer. So how do I change those into fractions?
Fraction.
Negative 0.6, go to math, which is below the green button. The number 1 is a fraction, enter. If you did not know that 0.6 was 3/5, it's a negative 3/5. So y equals a negative 3/5 x plus. Do the same thing with the 3.8. Math, fraction, enter, 19 over 5. Now, you could do that by hand, but you're going to be wasting a lot of time. You're going to get a calculator. You're going to get a calculator on the ACT and on your test, so plug it in, get the answer, and move on. Now, if I told you that this had to be in standard form, okay, this is in slope-intercept form. So if it has to be in standard form, what is the equation then in standard form? This is slope-intercept. If it doesn't say, then you're done. If it says to put it in standard form, how do you change this to standard form?
Just add the 3.
Okay, just add 3/5 x, because one of the things I told you with it being in standard form was that x and y are on the same side. But what was the other thing I told you about the number with the x? Cannot be a negative. Oh, good, it's positive. But I also said it had to be a whole number, not a fraction. So how do I get rid of divided by 5? Every term multiplied by 5. So 3x plus 5y equals 19. And I think that's probably more doable on the ACT, even if it is in standard form. Go ahead and find it in slope-intercept form quickly, and then just convert it. And you can agree to disagree. It's whatever you're most comfortable with. Or we can do it by hand. If you did it by hand, you would have to plug this point and this point into your formula, y minus y equals x minus x, and then plug it into point form and solve. Yeah, hard pass. Okay. Find the equation of a line with the slope of 1/4 and a y-intercept of 2. Now, you said that there had to be a slope and a point. What point is the y-intercept? The point is 0, 2. So now we have the slope, 1/4 is equal to y minus the y over x minus x. And now we can cross multiply. 1 times x equals 4 times y minus 2. X equals 4y minus 8. And if you are to put this in standard form, then what would I need to do? Subtract the 4y. And keep that negative 8. Are you okay with that?
Just for fun. On that, can you just put it into slope intercept form and then change it to standard form from there, since it gave you the y-intercept?
You could. Absolutely. The question was, we know that this is the y-intercept and that's our b value, and they're giving us the slope. So could we put it in y equals mx plus b form and then convert it to standard form? Absolutely. So y equals 1/4 x plus 2. How do you change that and put it in standard form?
Just
Subtract the 1/4. So does that do it? Multiply by 4.
-4.
Yeah, you can't have the negative with the x, so you would also have to either multiply by a -4 or now divide by a -1, multiply by a -1, and you do get the same thing. So absolutely, you can sure do it that way. That might be faster for some of you if you saw that. Sure. Okay, so as a recap, what is slope-intercept form? Yeah, I'm asking, what is slope-intercept form? Y equals mx plus b. What is the slope formula?
Y minus Y.
M equals y minus y over x minus x. What is standard form? You guys are faster than I am. Okay, what is slope-intercept form? Y equals mx plus b. What is standard form? Ax plus by equals c. What is point slope form?
Is the x 2 minus x 1 and
The slope, point slope is where you've got your m. So your x minus your x times the m equals y minus y. Point slope. Let's see. I think that's everything on this part.